Welcome back, dear students. Welcome after your summer vacation. Today is your first class, and by my luck, I got my first class with you all. So, if you remember, in our last class, I have told you about the different equations of motion, and there I have given you the notes, and the derivation was also given. So, we have discussed three equations of motion. Today, in this video, we will learn how to derive those equations of motion, where the first equation of motion that we are going to derive today is v is equal to u plus at. We are going to derive this one. So now for this, let us consider that a body, suppose a body, it is moving from one place to another, and when it started to move, the initial velocity is equal to u, and it is subjected to a uniform acceleration. Means the acceleration here in this case for this body, it is a, and after a certain time t, after time t, it has the velocity v. Means the final velocity it became v. So now whatever we know about the definition of acceleration, from there what we know, that acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time. So now whatever the values that we have, we are going to replace it. Let us see. So we had here acceleration, so the acceleration was a. Now change in the velocity. So change in the velocity means, suppose at the initial stage, suppose you had 2 mangoes, and after a certain time, means suppose one of your friends, he gave you 3 mangoes, then in total you have now 5 mangoes. Then now what is the change in the number of mangoes? The final one minus the initial one. So similarly here the formula is written that change in the velocity will be the final velocity. The final velocity is v, the initial velocity was u, by time. Now it's very simple, just we need to do a cross multiplication. This a will be multiplied with this t, so it will become at, which is equal to v minus u. Now just a rearrangement, this u will be brought this side, so it is minus u here, it will become plus u, and it will be u plus at. So this is our first equation of motion, and this is how it is derived. Now the second equation of motion we are going to discuss about. The second equation of motion, it similarly it also relates to different parameters, two different values. The second equation of motion is s is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square. Now this is your second equation of motion. It gives us the distance traveled by a body in time t, where s is the distance here. In this case, s is the distance, remaining all values are same. This u is your initial velocity, t is your time, a is your acceleration, and so on. Now here everything, the consideration was already given, that the body has a initial velocity. Suppose if this body is moving from here to here, the initial velocity is your u, the final velocity is your v, the time is your t, and your distance traveled, means the distance between these two, it is your s, the distance is s. And now here we have to derive the second equation of motion, which is s is equal to ut plus half at square. So let us see average velocity. The average velocity, first it is calculated. The average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by the time, which is equal to t divided by the total time. So we got the average velocity is equal to u plus v by t. So now what we know, that distance traveled, for any case distance traveled is equal to average velocity multiplied by time. So now here what we have assumed that our distance is s. Average velocity we have got u plus v by 2. Oh sorry, here in this case the average velocity will be u plus v by 2, not t, sorry, this will be 2. So now here the average velocity is u plus v by t 2 and your time is t here. Now you have to do the multiplication in this case. Now how the multiplication is done? So from the first equation of motion, now what was the first equation of motion? From first equation of motion we have got v is equal to u plus at. So here in place of v, we will write u plus at. So already we have one u and this v will be, in place of v we are going to write u plus at, and then this is divided by 2 and this into t is there. Now here let us try to solve it. U plus at by 2 into t. So now these two when added, what you will get? Twice u plus at by 2 into t. We will get this twice u plus at into t. Now this t is to be multiplied by 2 also and by 80 also. So you will get 2ut plus 80 square by 2. It's a distributive property where this 2u is multiplied with this t also and 80 is multiplied with t also. So 2ut plus 80 square divided by 2. Now here the expression that you have got is equal to s is equal to 2ut plus 80 square by 2. Now separate this 2. Let us write 2ut by 2 plus 80 square by 2. Now these 2 and this 2 will cancel out. So finally you will get s is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 of 80 square, and this is your second equation of motion. So now we will try to derive the third equation of motion. The third equation of motion is v square minus u square plus twice as. Sorry, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Now we will be trying to derive it. Now for deriving this equation we have to use the first equation and the second equation both. So now first equation of motion was v is equal to u plus at. Then from here now we have to find out the value of t. Let us see. Now bring this u this side, it will be v minus u is equal to at. So if replacing, I'll get my t is equal to v minus u by 8. So this is my value of t. Now my second equation of motion, what was my second equation of motion? So my second equation of motion was s is equal to ut plus half at square. So now in place of these t I will be writing the value, this one, v minus u by 8. So let us see it. Okay, so you had as you have your s is equal to u. Now instead of t I have to write v minus u by 8. I have to write v minus u by 8 plus half then a. Now instead of t again I have to write v minus u by a, and that is whole square. So now we will be trying to solve it. Let us multiply u into v, uv minus u square by a plus this will be 1 by 2 a. Now do it, v square minus twice uv plus u square. Now here the formula is used, the formula is a minus b whole square, and this will be by a square. Now next step, this a and this square will cancel out. So what you will get is uv minus a square by a plus 1 by, now not 1, let's multiply it directly. You will get v square minus 2uv plus u square by twice a. So now the LCM will be taken. The LCM you will get twice a. 2 you have to multiply it here. You will get 2uv minus a square plus v square. Sorry, this will be 2a square because you are multiplying 2. So 2a square plus v square minus 2uv plus u square. So this 2uv and this 2uv will cancel out because they are of opposite sign. One is positive, another one is negative. So now next step, let us do the cross multiplication. Cross multiplication, this s will be multiplied by the a. So you will get 2as is equal to minus 2a square plus v square minus plus u square. You will be getting this one. So now the next step will be here, this 2u square, this one was u square, so this will be your u square and this will be again your u square. So minus 2u square plus u square, erase it, let me just erase it once. This you will get u square, so this one also you will get as this one you will get minus u square. This will be minus u square because minus plus minus, since 2 is greater, so it get as minus u square. Okay, and this u square won't be there. So now just replace it. What you will get is, just take this u square that side, you will get your v square is equal to u square plus twice as. So these are the derivation of your three equations of motion, how they are derived. So the notes are already given, you just watch the video once. And so with this I just end this video here. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you. And in the next video we shall start with the next class. So thank you for watching it up to here. Thank you. Have a happy day ahead.